Hey there, fellow mystery enthusiast. So you wanted to take a deep dive with us into some of the most baffling, unsolved mysteries of the past decade. Oh boy, have we got some head scratchers for you.
We're talking about things that just leave you going, huh? Vanishing planes, unexplained sounds, even like metallic orbs falling out of the sky. These mysteries have really captured the world's attention. We're going to try to unpack some of the most interesting theories and definitely the unanswered questions surrounding them.
It's true. And the best part is you're here to help us crack the case. So buckle up, because our first stop takes us way back to March 8th, 2014. Picture this. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, routine flight, Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, and then poof, gone, vanishes from radar.
Yeah. The disappearance of MH370 is just unsettling, and I think it's because of the sheer scale of the search. I mean, you had dozens of countries, tons of volunteers, some of the most advanced technology on the planet deployed to find this Boeing 777, and nothing. It was like the plane just vanished.
It really is like something out of a movie. You think a massive airplane with hundreds of people on board, it would leave something behind, right? Like some kind of trace, something. But nope, nothing. And it's that lack of a definitive explanation that makes MH370 so fascinating, don't you think?
Oh, for sure. And there's just no shortage of theories about what happened.
No
So
doubt.
some people are saying it was mechanical failure, others point to a potential pilot error. And then, of course, you got your more unconventional theories,
Like what?
like hijacking,
Yeah.
deliberate crashes, even government conspiracy.
Oh, yeah, I've heard those.
Right. And then some debris washes ashore, confirmed to be from MH370, but it just, I don't know, deepens the mystery. I mean, it provided some clues, but didn't really offer any conclusive answers about, like, what happened in those final moments.
It's almost like not knowing is scarier than any of the theories, you
It
know?
really is.
Speaking of mysteries that make us question what we think we know, let's switch gears from the skies to the vast expanse of space. Have you heard about those alien radio signals? The ones scientists are calling fast radio bursts?
Oh, yeah, they've got everyone talking.
Right.
These FRBs, as they're called, they're like these short, incredibly powerful blasts of radio waves, and they're coming from billions of light years away.
Billions.
Billions. Imagine, in just a few milliseconds, these bursts release more energy than our sun emits in days.
Okay, that's wild. It's like the universe is sending out these cosmic flares,
Right.
and we're just now starting to see them. So what's the current thinking? Is it little green men saying hello?
Well, I mean, while we can't definitively rule out extraterrestrial intelligence, it is really important, to approach these mysteries with a healthy dose of scientific skepticism.
Of course.
Some FRBs have been linked to events like collapsing stars or neutron star collisions. However, there's this one particular signal, FRB 121102.
Catchy name.
It has really puzzled scientists because it repeats.
It does.
Yeah, and it repeats in a distinct pattern. And this repetition just kind of throws a wrench into some of the simpler explanations.
Okay, so pulsars, those rapidly rotating neutron stars, those could be a possible explanation. But you're not shutting the door on aliens completely, are you?
Well, what makes science so captivating is that we're constantly discovering new phenomena,
Hmm.
pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. And while pulsars might offer a plausible explanation for some FRBs, the universe is full of surprises.
True.
The possibility of encountering something truly novel, something that challenges our current understanding, it's always there.
That's what makes these deep dives so much fun. Okay, from the mind-blowing scale of space, let's journey back to Earth for our next mystery one that's a little closer to home and maybe a little closer to our eardrums. Have you ever heard of the hum?
Ah, yes, the enigmatic hum.
Right.
It's strange. Unlike MH370 or FRBs, which are obviously large-scale events, the hum is a phenomenon that's experienced on an individual level,
That's right.
which makes it both intriguing and incredibly difficult to really pin down.
It's like this low-frequency sound, a hum or a rumble, that some people pick up on while others don't hear a thing. And the reports have been coming in from all corners of the globe. What could possibly explain such a widespread, yet seemingly individualized phenomena?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Some theories point to industrial noise pollution, as a potential culprit, while others suggest electromagnetic radiation from power lines or even low-frequency sound waves generated by natural forces like ocean currents. But the challenge is that none of these explanations fully account for the hum's sporadic and often highly localized nature.
So we've got sounds from space and maybe sounds from, well, sources we haven't quite figured out yet. What do you say we add a visual element to this mystery mix? Let's talk about those mysterious metal orbs that seem to drop out of nowhere.
Ah, yes. Those gleaming metallic spheres that made headlines around the world. Their sudden appearance, often in remote locations, certainly sparked a wave of speculation and intrigue.
I mean, picture it. You're going about your day, maybe taking a leisurely stroll through a field, and suddenly, bam! There's a giant metal orb just sitting there, as if it materialized out of thin air. What's your take on these mysterious spheres?
Well, the initial thought was that they might be space junk, remnants of satellites coming back into the atmosphere.
Makes sense.
However, the size and intact condition of some of these orbs, coupled with the lack of any connection to known satellite re-entries, has left, I think, many people wondering if there's more to the story.
It's not every day that unexplained objects fall from the sky. It really makes you wonder what else might be out there, both in the vastness of space and potentially, even closer to home.
Theories range from secret government projects to, dare I say it, even extraterrestrial probes.
Oh, wow.
And while those ideas may sound far-fetched, the appearance of these orbs does serve as a reminder that there are still plenty of unknowns in our world, phenomena that challenge our current understanding and, spark our imaginations.
That's what makes this so exciting.
Yeah.
All right, from mysterious orbs to something a little less solid. Let's talk about something that sounds like it's straight out of a biblical plague. Raining animals. Now, before you think we've gone completely bonkers, there are actually scientific explanations for this bizarre phenomenon, isn't that right?
Absolutely. While the image of, creatures raining down from the sky might seem like something out of a science fiction film, the most common explanation is a completely natural phenomenon known as a waterspout.
Okay.
Imagine a tornado, but over water. These powerful whirlwinds can suck up small animals like fish or frogs, carrying them considerable distances before depositing them, shall we say, somewhat haphazardly in other locations.
So basically, a waterspout acts like a giant swirling elevator for unsuspecting critters.
Yeah.
That's both amazing and a little terrifying. But we're not just talking about a few fish flopping around in a parking lot, right? There have been reports of some pretty significant animal raid events, haven't there?
Yeah, you're right. There have been some reports that describe larger numbers and a bigger variety of animals than I think you would really expect. And while waterspouts are the most likely explanation, the scale and frequency of some of these events have led some to speculate about other contributing factors.
Such as?
Well, powerful updrafts or even the possibility of animals being, I don't know, swept up in storms far out at sea and then carried inland.
It really makes you realize the incredible power of nature and how much we still don't fully understand about the forces at play. Speaking of things that make us feel small and insignificant, let's talk about the monolith mania that swept the globe. Remember back in 2020 when that sleek metal monolith appeared out of nowhere in the Utah desert? It was like something straight out of 2001, A Space Odyssey.
It really was. I mean, the Utah monolith, it just captured the world's imagination, didn't it?
Yeah.
Its sudden appearance and then its equally sudden disappearance.
Right.
It just sparked countless theories and sent imaginations into overdrive.
And just when we thought it couldn't get any weirder, similar monoliths started popping up in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
It was like a global scavenger hunt, with everyone trying to solve the mystery of who was behind these enigmatic
It
structures.
was kind of fun, though, wasn't it?
It was. It was exciting.
It was later revealed that some of the monoliths were, in fact, art projects or social experiments.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And several artists came forward to claim responsibility for these installations. However, the origin of the original Utah monolith, as well as several others, remains shrouded in mystery.
Of course.
Whether intentional or not, these installations tapped into our collective fascination with the unknown, right? With the possibility of something extraordinary hiding just right there in plain sight.
Sometimes a little mystery is exactly what we need to remind us that the world is full of surprises. Okay, from monoliths mysteriously materializing in the desert, let's shift gears to something a little more Mariah. Domestic, shall we? Remember those unsolicited seeds from China that started showing up in mailboxes around the world back in 2020?
Oh, yeah.
It felt like the plot of a sci-fi thriller unfolding in real time.
It really did, and it caused quite a stir,
Didn't
the
it?
seed mystery, as it came to be known. And, I mean, understandably, people were concerned about, biosecurity threats or even intentional agricultural sabotage.
Right, because who sends seeds?
Right. the packages, often mislabeled and with no clear return address, just like appearing out of thin air.
It felt like something out of a movie. Were we under attack by invasive plant species? Was some sort of agricultural espionage? The theories were running wild?
Right, like what is going on?
Yeah,
But as it turned out, the most plausible explanation was something called brushing.
brushing.
Yeah. It's a practice that's sometimes employed by online sellers to like boost their sales figures and product ratings. So the idea is they create fake accounts and send unsolicited packages to real addresses, allowing them to register these shipments as, verified sales and leave like seemingly legitimate positive reviews. So essentially all these unsuspecting people just became pawns in this elaborate online marketing scheme.
So, a combination of clever marketing tactics and perhaps a dash of mischief. It's a reminder that even in our increasingly digital world, there are still those who find creative ways to game the system. Okay, from the depths of cyberspace, let's plunge into the depths of the ocean for our next mystery. This one hits close to home, reminding us of the immense power and unpredictable nature of the sea. The disappearance of the Argentinian submarine, the ARA San Juan. The ARA San Juan, that was a diesel-electric submarine, 44 crew members on board, vanished in the South Atlantic back in 2017. And the disappearance, it triggered one of the largest maritime searches in recent history, involving over a dozen countries. They used like cutting-edge underwater search technology, trying to find this thing.
Yeah.
It took over a year to actually locate the wreckage.
Which is just a stark reminder of the challenges of deep sea exploration and just the unforgiving nature of the ocean depths.
A whole year of searching, hoping, and waiting for answers. It's hard to imagine the anguish those families must have endured.
Yeah.
Were investigators ever able to determine what caused the submarine to disappear?
Well, there were a number of theories that were investigated, ranging from battery failure to a potential, explosion on board. There were even reports suggesting that the submarine had communicated with the Argentinian Navy about a potential issue, I think, before its disappearance. But unfortunately, a definitive explanation for the tragedy remains elusive.
It's almost as if the ocean keeps its secrets closely guarded. From the vastness of the ocean, let's journey to the otherworldly landscapes of the Arctic, a region as beautiful as it is unforgiving. There, amidst the ice and snow, lies our next mystery, the Arctic hum. Have you heard about this one?
I have.
It's like something out of an eerie sci-fi thriller.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Back in 2016, reports started surfacing of these strange sounds emanating from the depths of the Arctic Ocean, particularly around a remote region of Nunavut, Canada.
Okay.
And local hunters described hearing unusual metallic hums and pulses. They said the sounds were unlike anything they'd ever encountered before.
Metallic hums, you say,
Yeah.
coming from the bottom of the ocean. It makes you wonder if there's a connection to those mysterious metal orbs we talked about earlier. What are the leading theories about the source of these strange sounds?
Well, as you can imagine, the remote location and the challenging conditions of the Arctic make it incredibly difficult to really gather any conclusive evidence. Some experts think the sounds might be related to sonar testing by military submarines operating in the region, while others have speculated that the sounds could be attributed to natural phenomena like ice cracking or the movement of underwater currents.
It's a reminder that there are still corners of our planet that remain largely unexplored and shrouded in mystery. And perhaps some mysteries are better left undisturbed. For our final deep dive, we're venturing into a place where reality and folklore intertwine, the Aokigahara Forest at the base of Mount Fuji in Japan.
Ah, yes.
Oh, Ikigai.
It's often referred to as the suicide forest because of its, its tragic history, and it's long been associated with tales of lost souls and unexplained phenomena. It's a place where the lines between the natural and the supernatural seem to blur, where the weight of history and the power of suggestion can play tricks on the mind.
There's something undeniably eerie about forests, especially, ones with such a haunting reputation. But it's not just folklore that makes Aokigahara so fascinating, is it? There have been documented reports of, strange occurrences within the forest, haven't there?
That's right. In more recent years, Aokigahara has, attracted the attention of researchers and paranormal investigators, drawn by reports of unusual electromagnetic readings and, get this, compasses behaving erratically.
Wild.
Some attribute these occurrences to the area's unique geology. Aokigahara sits on the slopes of Mount Fuji, right?
Right.
Which is an active volcano. And volcanic activity can sometimes,
Right.
create localized magnetic anomalies.
Exactly. So, You're saying that the very ground beneath your feet could be influencing the behavior of compasses and other sensitive equipment.
It's possible.
That's both fascinating and a little unnerving.
Right.
But I imagine those explanations probably don't satisfy everyone, especially those who believe that Aokigahara is home to something more, you know?
Paranormal.
Yeah.
You're right. Scientific explanations don't deter everyone. Aokigahara is just so deeply intertwined with Japanese folklore and legends of spirits and yokai, those supernatural entities that are often associated with specific locations. For centuries, these stories have shaped perceptions of the forest, adding an extra layer of intrigue to an already mysterious place.
It really makes you wonder, like, how much of what we experience, especially in places like this, is influenced by uh, suggestion,
Right.
by the stories that we've heard, the expectations that we bring with us.
It's a potent reminder of the power of the mind and the enduring allure of the unknown.
For sure.
Well, there you have it, our deep dive into some of the most baffling unsolved mysteries of the past decade. We journeyed from the depths of space to the bottom of the ocean, from the remote Arctic to a haunted forest in Japan. It's been quite a ride.
Mhm.
What stands out to you most from all these mysteries?
You know, what I find the most compelling is that all of these mysteries, as diverse as they are, they all share a common thread. They really highlight the limits of our current understanding. It's a good reminder that there's still so much we just don't know about the world around us. I mean, both out there in the vast universe and right here on our own planet.
It's a humbling thought, isn't it? It's a good reminder to stay curious, to keep asking questions, and to always be open to the possibility of, encountering something truly extraordinary. After all, what's life without a little mystery? So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and who knows what mysteries you might uncover.